speaker is a medical specialist in pathology, a graduate of Cambridge University, and a fellow of the College of American Pathologists, as well as the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons of Canada. Aren't you impressed with the level of people that are speaking? Do you believe that these people that are so educated and have had businesses for so long are on our side? There is something wrong with the other side. Look at the people that are supporting us, that believe what we believe. Well, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Dr. Roger Hodkinson.
Hello, freedom fighters! I'm with you to celebrate the blueprints for democracy, the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. But more importantly, I'm so honored to share the stage with none other than the Premier of Newfoundland, Mr. Brian Peckford, who signed the Charter on behalf of all of you. Now it's up to you. It's up to you to defend the freedoms that Mr. Peckford signed off on. It's up to you to get democracy out of the ICU, because she only got there because of the default of protection from politicians and the media and all the other people that should have defended democracy for you. They didn't do it, and so now it's up to you, every single one of you, to get her out of the ICU. Agencies, the NIH, the CDC, the FDA, they're all corrupt as well. They suppressed data that they knew was killing you. That's not their role. Big Pharma, those of you following Paul Alexander, a good friend of mine, he was offered $1 million by Pfizer to shut up, and $50,000 a month to shut up.
What did he say?
And he said, no thank you. What about the WHO, the new treaty, otherwise known as a blueprint for slavery? You've got to tell everyone that you meet that has got to be defeated. But what can you do individually? What can you do to get to that time I called BC, before COVID? Remember that time when you actually hugged your grandchildren, when you went to funerals? Remember that time? Well, what can you do to get back there? You've got to lobby individually. Every one of you has got to pound the table and shame the people that you're talking to into action. Politicians, doctors, the church. You've got to scream, enough! After me, enough! It's enough! Shame them into action. The people that should have been leading you and defending you. Vote for companies, vote for organizations that are like the political parties that are likely to defend you. Join the TBOF, Taking Back Our Freedoms. Join the Justice Center for Constitutional Freedom. Donate to alternative media, the rebels here today. True North, Counter-Signal. Dig deep, they need your money to get the message out there. Support renegade businesses that have been brave enough to resist the mandates. Listen to podcasts, get educated. Peter McCullough, Paul Alexander, me, Robert Malone, we're all out there. Tune in, get educated. And thinking even more personally, get well, stay well. Control your diabetes, your high blood pressure, get your weight under control, exercise, the key factors in surviving COVID. Take your vitamin D, 5,000 international units a day. An incredible protection against viral infections. And intranasal iodine, you get that off the internet, installation of 4 drops a day into both nostrils. An incredible viricide, better than ivermectin. But more than anything, after me, just say no! For the unvaxxed, yes, the tough decisions, the heat you've got to take, family, career. But if you choose Plan B, wait for the dust to settle, because they'll be begging you to come back. Begging you to come back, but you can't come back if you're dead! If you've been vaccinated, listen, I get it. I'm not criticizing you. Some good friends of mine chose to be vaccinated for all kinds of reasons. I get the dilemma, bread on the table, or take the vax. But if you have been vaccinated, don't despair. The first 2 weeks are the most dangerous. If you survive the first 2-3 weeks after vaccination, you're probably going to be okay. There are still statistical risks out there that are increased, yes, malignancy, etc. But in the grand scheme of things, just look forward, don't look back. You can't be unvaxxed. You've just got to get on with life because it's short. Some lessons learned from this whole mad episode. First of all, gain of function. It sounds technical, but it's not rocket science. Gain of function is the crazy idea that by making a vaccine intentionally more dangerous, you can somehow study it to treat it more effectively. It is the most existential threat to humanity. Let that sink in for a minute. Much more dangerous than nuclear war, because it could kill every single living person on Earth. Gain of function should stop immediately everywhere, including Winnipeg, where it's going on right now. And anyone that did not sign on to that treaty should be bombed out of existence. Second lesson. China, or as someone else said, China! China! Trump realized early on in COVID that we buy 90% of our pharmaceuticals from China. When that sunk in, everyone started to realize that we should repatriate as much as possible from China, because the strength of an economy is only as good as the stuff you make, the stuff you can hold, not fancy services like financial services and insurance and business and finance and so on. No, stuff you can make. That's what we have to take back from China, because buying from them makes them stronger, and for them to decide when they are going to attack us. We are at undeclared war with China. I repeat, we are at undeclared war with China. In 1933, we didn't buy steel from Germany. Oh, sorry, we didn't give steel to Germany. Obviously, you don't do that kind of thing. They're coming to get you. And every time you buy something that's made in China, you're making them stronger. Buy nothing from China. But finally, the net result of the truckers and COVID has been the great resetters have overplayed their hand. We know what you're up to. You'll be happy and you'll be, how does it go? You'll own nothing and be happy. I don't think so. We've got your number. And instead of it being the Great Reset, I'm saying now, it's the Great Reject. This is of the same magnitude as Magna Carta. I'm calling it Magna Carta 2. To retake those traditional values, family, religion, trust, hard work, entrepreneurship, the things that made this country, we have to retake those freedoms and create a new political era based upon those values. And it is within our grasp. We have to grasp that opportunity. It's here, it's now. We've got to take it before it disappears forever. So I end with, here's to justice. Here's to freedom. Here's to democracy! And here's to the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Thank you, Mr. Beckford.
Dr. Hodkinson, ladies and gentlemen.